Hello there, my very good friends. On today's wrestling news, Edge might be done with WWE after tonight's SmackDown.
Ex-WWE and WCW stars were backstage at AEW.
We got AEW's backstage reaction to that chainsaw thing.
And is Tony Khan a juggalo?
I don't know, let's find out. I'm Andy.
I'm Phil.
And this is the news. Let's kick things off by talking about Edge. Mr. Adam Copeland, he might be done with WWE after tonight's episode of SmackDown, where he is set to wrestle Sheamus. It's in Toronto. Edge is from Ontario. There you go. Last year, after a Raw in Toronto, he said, about a year from now, maybe we'll say goodbye to each other. It's now a year from then, and here we are. That's where the speculation on this all stemmed from. It's kind of persisted for like a year, and now he has told ET Canada, ET came down from outer space, interviewed Edge in Canada, and got this answer from him. Here's what I can honestly say, and this isn't what the answer everyone wants. I truly don't know. I really, with 100% truth, can't say I don't know. That's strange for me, but I don't. I put some thought into it, but not a lot. This is the last match on my current contract. He goes on a bit saying it's still his dream job, but it's getting really hard. He's 49 years old and has had some pretty serious injuries, so that's fair enough. Interesting stuff came through earlier this week as well when Dave Meltzer reported on Wrestling Observer Radio that Edge's trainer, Ron Hutchinson, had, in Dave's words, basically said that this is Edge's last match. Whether that means in WWE or just in all of wrestling, I have no idea whatsoever. However, that cheeky scamp Dax Harwood, who knew exactly what he was doing, posted a photo with Edge and Beth Phoenix on X. I'm getting used to it. Last night. Timing of that. Look, it probably means absolutely nothing, but he knew that we'd come on this video and talk crap about it.
Yeah.
So there's naturally going to be speculation leading to the company that Mr. Harwood currently works for. What do you reckon of all this?
It's a weird one, this, because they had the thing like a year ago when he said like the next time I'll be in Canada might be the last time kind of thing. And then they did nothing to build towards it on WWE TV. And they obviously knew this was coming up, whether it's like just a contract thing and they didn't know what they were going to do later on, but they could have at least built some kind of storyline up to it or something.
Made it feel like more of an occasion.
Exactly, yeah. They had that. I mean, the promo last week was really good between him and Sheamus, don't get me wrong. And the kind of personal stories between the two and why they're kind of tied in and why he would want Sheamus as like his last match kind of thing. However, they definitely could have built something to this, having known it was coming. So it feels like WWE didn't want to do that because they thought they'd be able to sign Edge again and get him to do more after this. But whether this means he's just gonna like go away for a little bit, rest up, and then come back on a more limited contract, like a sort of Brock Lesnar deal where he only does a couple of dates a year. I know he's kind of been on that a little bit, but when he first came back, he was like, I want to get back into it and work properly kind of thing. So maybe they switch on to something like that, or maybe, I don't know, maybe this is him going to AEW, maybe he is just absolutely done. Yeah. Maybe he's just going to sit at home for a while and realise, my body feels much better now, maybe I won't wrestle anymore.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably quite an attractive proposition. I honestly don't see him going to AEW. I'd love it. Him and Christian doing something together one last time, like as prick tag team guys, that would be amazing. I don't think it will happen. The visual of Edge wrestling literally anywhere else is really weird to me. That's kind of what makes it cool, but it's also kind of what makes me think that it's probably not going to be a thing. I don't know anything, I'm just theorizing. It would be sick, but I don't think it'll happen. I think the likeliest thing is they just maybe retain him on like a Legends contract, and he shows up once a year when they're in Canada and goes, hey, I'm Edge, that'd be a good time across the board. But hey, listen, let us know what you think down below. Where's Edge going? Is he retiring? Is he staying? Should he stay?
Is he going to be all in?
Is Sexton Hardcastle going to show up at Wembley Stadium next week? Who knows? We'll find out. But let us know down below what you want to see him do and what you think he'll do. Indeed. Good conversation.
So AEW Dynamite, there was a bunch of ex-WWE stars and ex-WCW stars backstage. Now the first one is possibly the greatest of all WCW stars. The ex-WCW World Champion, the Magic Man himself, David Arquette, was backstage hanging out at AEW Dynamite. If you've not seen the David Arquette documentary, Really, really
So
good.
good.
Genuinely, he should bring back the Magic Man and do more of that. It's absolutely fantastic. Who else was backstage? CJ Perry, also known as Lana in WWE, obviously wife of Miro, AEW star Miro, and they both live in Nashville, so they're kind of hanging out and seeing some people backstage. But who else was backstage? Summer Rae or Danielle Moinet.
I thought you were going to say Goldberg.
No, not quite. Danielle
Curses.
Moinet.
Money.
Was also backstage hanging out in AEW. So some, ex-stars hanging out backstage, seeing some folk in
I love
AEW.
this. Hey, you can tell it's a bit of a slow news day.
Yeah, a little bit.
Like you said.
Wrestling fan and wife of wrestler are backstage at wrestling event.
Spouse visits other spouse in the town they live in.
Woman visits friends.
But it's kind of funny that David Arquette is still cruising around wrestling and stuff.
Yeah.
Like You Cannot Kill David Arquette is a great doc. You should watch
Really,
it.
really good.
I am actually I was campaigning when Cody was TNT champion. I really wanted them to do a banter match with David Arquette.
I am very surprised they didn't do the banter match with David Arquette.
It would have been so
thought
funny.
They would have done.
Because it was around about the time he was doing like the Nick Gage stuff and all, and it was like
WCW match where he almost died.
yeah, that was rough. That was rough. But they just didn't pull the trigger while he was like kind of in the online zeitgeist and stuff. But look, I'm a huge David Arquette fan. I think that bad WCW history is some of the greatest wrestling of all time. I love it.
And it's not his fault. If you got offered today, do you want to be WCW champion? You're not going to go, no thanks, that's silly.
Yeah,
You're
I
going
would
to go,
take that
yes,
opportunity.
of course I am.
Yeah, exactly. You would subscribe to the idea that you can make lots of money doing that, and hey, you guys should subscribe to the channel.
Hey-o.
We're talking this kind of crap every day. Thank you so much for those of you who slapped the button. We really do appreciate you. Let's move over to Leatherface. Texas Chainsaw Massacre deathmatch. It happened on Dynamite. Some people loved it.
Great.
A lot of people hated it.
Wonderful.
Divisive, to say the very least. But, goofy wrestling for life, as Simon Miller says. What kind of reaction did that get from AEW stakeholders? Well, really good, which is quite unsurprising because it was for charity and it raised money for a good cause.
Yeah.
Couple reports here from PW insider Mike Johnson talking about the situation here. It was kind of like a collaboration with Warner, who of course own AEW's TV networks, yada yada yada. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre game drops today. That's why they did it. You know the drill. You know how this works. AEW secured a 6-figure sponsorship deal as part of this, and Tony Khan announced on Twitter that they were donating the sum to the Maui Food Bank in Hawaii in the kind of like as a response to the fires that have been going on there. So obviously really good cause. It's nice to see them continue to use Fight for the Fallen as a platform to generate funds for things like this. So it's good stuff across the board. Apparently Warner were just really happy with it. They were thrilled is the word, and they will seek additional potential opportunities in that vein. So yeah, I mean, like, it's the kind of thing where you can look at it and go, hey, look, even if I didn't really care for what happened on screen, it's for a good cause. So, and obviously a very important cause at the moment as well. It's really horrifying. We're on a different side of the planet, but watching this stuff play out on, like, through videos and stuff, horrifying. Cannot fathom what it's like being at the heart of that or connected to that in any way. It's good to see them continue to use the platform. AEW's done a bunch of remember the Rick and Morty thing?
Yeah.
That was weird.
That was weird.
House of the Dragon, they've had a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, the Cracker Barrel stuff, they built all that on.
Literally, that was, what was that?
From the beginning, and first All In, they had that
That's
first
right,
Cracker Barrel
that's
match
right.
or whatever.
That was wild.
Yeah.
What kind of crossovers do you want to see? I want to see McDonald's get involved, man.
McDonald's, the old clown.
Grimace, yeah. You down with the clown?
Clown versus Darby Allin, I'd be up for that.
Yeah.
Ronald versus Darby. Bucket, Tony.
Have you ever seen the Ronald McDonald death matches from Australia before?
No.
Okay, if you've never seen this before, I'm not sure if it's still on YouTube. But once you're done with this video, obviously, go on YouTube and search Ronald McDonald SmackDown. I'm saying
There you
nothing
go.
else. There's some Ronald McDonald death matches out there, friends. You should see them.
We will leave it at that. But the biggest question on everybody's mind today is no doubt, is Tony Khan a juggalo? The answer, unfortunately, is no.
Oh.
So ICP recently reached out to AEW to try and get on their show in Detroit, which is in ICP's hometown. They just wanted to hang out and have a nice time on the show and like do a quick appearance kind of thing, because they are obviously massive wrestling fans. They have their own wrestling promotion and everything. But AEW referee Bryce Remsburg was on the Should I Keep This podcast. And he said that ICP, they reached out and he was on a corporate call with Tony Khan, and Tony Khan said, when it got brought up to him, and he said, do we need ICP in Detroit? Yeah, I'll have to think about that one. Basically, a polite way of saying, no thanks, guys.
He's turned down the clown, man.
Turned down the clown. So unfortunately, old Shaggy 2 Dope and Violent J are not going to be on AEW TV anytime soon.
It's another one of those things that just would have been fun.
It would have been fun.
It would have been fun. For us big dorks who just want to see silly things happen for 2 minutes, one off on a show, they're in Detroit, it's their home city, it would have been fun. A bit of chicken hunting on TV, bit of miracles.
Bit of miracles.
Obviously.
Fed a fish to a pelican in Frisco Bay.
He tried to eat my cell phone.
And it ran away.
Ran away, magnets.
Greatest lyric ever.
Just sensational. They got all kinds of songs, man. The Great Malenko, Dean Malenko
There you go.
crossover. Look, I'm not obvious, as you can plainly see. I'm not a juggalo.
You're not.
Believe it or not. However,
I hear Hamlet's a juggalo.
I've got some positive things to say about Michael Hamlet being a juggalo and ICP in general. I think that ICP have one of the most remarkable fan connections in any medium. It's insane, like the devotion that Violent J and Shaggy 2 Dope have built with their audience. It's like a culture.
Yeah.
It's crazy. There's people who would like walk to the ends of the earth in their face paint, drinking their Faygo, going whoop whoop with their hatchet tattoo. I think that is incredibly awesome. The Juggalo, the Gathering of the Juggalos looks insane. I'm too stuck up to it, like and awkward to enjoy a spectacle like that, but it looks crazy, it looks chaos. And also in recent years, shout outs to them for taking some of the gross stuff that they said when they were younger in their lyrics and going, that wasn't cool, we shouldn't have said that, we are very sorry. Yeah, like going, hey, look, we were jackasses and we said some really gross things, but we're genuinely sorry and we're trying to build on that. Shout outs to ICP, I got nothing but good things to say. The music, not for me. No, that's fine because they're doing something good.
Yeah, name another like group music, like any kind of public figure that has this kind of a connection with an audience.
It's nuts.
Genuinely ludicrous.
It's freak insane and I love it. It's like a pro wrestling fandom. It's really cool. There's like a whole stable of artists around them as well. Like they've got the record label lifting people up. Yeah. That's awesome. That's DIY, baby. Questions.
There you go. And if you're a juggalo, pop a comment down below and let us know.
Swing that hatchet, whoop whoop. My knowledge of the culture isn't that strong, but shout out to all the juggalos out there, man. Right, Robert Smith, YouTube community. First question, the Cure frontman chiming in once again.
Love to see it. Big fan, Robert, by the way.
But yeah, disintegration. Let's go for a walk down Fascination Street with this answer. Why am I employed? How long do you think it will take WWE to try and outdo the 80,000 at All In, the gates, the sales? I got a simple answer to that. As soon as they possibly can.
Yeah, absolutely as soon as they possibly can. It's not going to be at WrestleMania next year, because I don't think that venue's big enough, is it? In Philadelphia. But where is it? Have they announced 35 yet?
There was was it Minneapolis? I think it was rumored.
I've got a feeling wherever they were planning on going for WrestleMania 35, 40.
40, yeah.
They will be looking for the biggest venue they can possibly book right now to try and outdo this.
And even if they don't find it, they will just book one that's kind of the same and then just lie.
Yeah.
Like, it's pro wrestling, that's what we do. So, it's interesting.
It is interesting. But yeah, Vince ain't gonna let this slide.
No, hell no.
Not a single chance in hell.
And if you thought that John Cena and Grayson Waller were talking about WrestleMania in London for nothing at Money in the Bank, that's gonna be a thing someday.
Yeah.
And they're gonna, even if they set it up so that it only has one more seat than All In,
they'll still do it.
I love that.
They will make that they'll do the Madison Square Garden WrestleMania 20 entrance, but
Yeah.
in Wembley, just
Yeah.
to get more goddamn
door.
seats in that building.
You're literally walking out of a closet. It's going to be amazing. I love that pettiness. Speaking of pettiness, Double O Bam 21 wants to know, is CM Punk Tony Khan's Hulk Hogan? He has done the leg drop a couple of times in recent weeks.
He has indeed. He definitely throws his weight around backstage.
It's an extreme comparison, right?
It is.
Because Hulk Hogan did this for like 40 years. He was just an asshole.
Yeah.
But in different ways in the modern era, of course. He's a racist prick. CM Punk is not that. CM Punk is a man of good causes. But in a wrestling context, right? CM Punk got Tony Khan to bring a man who allegedly bit another man in a backstage brawl back. He's got some power.
However, at the same time, CM Punk does also, to the people he likes at least, bring up a lot of other people
100%.
with him, which Hulk Hogan very much did not do.
100%. There's a lot of good to CM Punk, and then there's some chaos.
There's also some major chaos.
Yeah. And I think Punk doing the leg drop, he knows that people are saying stuff.
Of course
he's
he
a
does.
smart guy, and that's why I enjoy CM
As much as he
Punk.
likes to think of himself as not like a perennially online person, he definitely checks these things. He
100%.
follows. He knows what's going on.
He does,
when he was away for ages, he'd drop a little thing in there every now and then just to make everyone explode in comments.
We can make a video about it.
Exactly, yeah.
Like,
He
one day,
knows what he's doing.
One day recently, we sat down and figured out like the amount of like stuff we'd made on CM Punk while he was out of wrestling. I'm not going to tell you the number, but it was insane. And now he's back, so there you go.
Is what we're getting at.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
welcome.
Just jump on. Final question of this day. We'll actually have another big Q&A video coming out on Sunday, so keep an eye out for that. Shout out to everyone on the YouTube community for sending questions. X is kind of crap and I don't like it, so we'll probably be using the community a bit more. Ted Broad wants to know, morning gents, who would you take in a shoot fight between Brock Lesnar,
Okay.
Andre the Giant, and Haku? All of these men are in their prime, it's stipulated. So,
Okay.
So who you got? This is
Who would I want to face?
or who would you? Okay, I think Ted wants us to bet on the winner. Rather than-
okay.
I wouldn't want to fight any
I was
of them.
gonna say, if I had
Yeah.
to face any of them, it'd probably be Andre the Giant, because at least I think I can run away from him.
Yeah, like, exactly.
I don't want to fight Haku.
Hell no. You're losing appendages.
In their prime, I think I've still got Haku.
Me too.
Yeah,
Me
I
too.
think the scrappiness, the brawliness, Brock Lesnar won't know what bit him.
Yeah. Where did that come from? I lost an ear. That's the thing, isn't it? Like, Brock Lesnar has the combat sports pedigree, right? And obviously, if he wanted to just hold him on the ground, he probably could.
Yeah.
But if he just, like, tackled him, took him down, Haku's taking an eyeball out, brother.
Yep, you can't beat Wildcard.
This is it. There's
Wildcard, baby!
There's no laws in the world that can contain the legend Haku. Shout outs to Haku, obviously. We've
Very
had
much
our-
not in his prime. He almost took out Simon Miller.
Yeah, exactly.
He was this close
Exactly.
to taking down Simon Miller.
One of the most legendary hard men of all time
Yes,
in any medium. And look,
absolutely.
Prime Andre is kicking some ass as well. Haku's the man.
Yeah.
Haku's the man. That's what,
There's a couple. Go check out. There's an interview with Haku that Wilborn did on the channel. That was back from the Bullet Club Block Party, right before he almost killed Simon Miller. Go watch that. It's really good fun.
it's fantastic. Anyway, thank you so much for checking us out today. Hey, you know what? We'll put that interview right here. Hey! See you later.